Hi folks, back again. Sadly, this is another one of those death by religion. There's no other way around it. I'm pretty sure this is in Montana. It says Butte County. Here's what's happened. This family has 9 children, which they homeschool and rarely leave where they live. They have 6 biological children and 3 who they had adopted. They grow their own food and so on. So, 7-year-old adopted daughter died, and the reason she died is she had been beaten with a 1/4-inch plastic tube. The district attorney says for several hours the 7-year-old was held down by Elizabeth and beaten dozens of times by Kevin on the back of her body, which caused massive tissue damage. They did this, according to this report, because she had mispronounced a word. Now, these people were following a book written by a Tennessee evangelist named Michael Pearl. And on Pearl's website, it suggests a swift whack with the plastic tubing would sting but not bruise. Give 10 licks at a time, more if the child resists. The last sentence is, not surprisingly, but all 9 children thought these alleged beatings were normal, and they can't understand why police have arrested their parents. I don't know. I'm not even sure why I'm telling you about this stuff. As I mentioned in the one just a few segments ago, where they refused to seek medical attention. Normally, that's how these children die. Is they have some kind of medical problem, and instead of seeking treatment, they pray over them. I mean, this is just horrible. You know, they're following the tenets of these religious whack jobs, man. I mean, they're believers. So, I basically sort of at a loss for words. I normally am not at a loss for words, even if what I say makes no sense. I come out with the words anyway. But this is, I mean, you just wonder how does this mechanism work in these people's brains? You know, they buy into the fact there's someone floating in the sky and there's heaven and hell and fire and brimstone, all that other crap. Go to church, pay attention to the preacher, you know, whatever the preacher says, hey, you do it. And then buy into this stuff about beating children with a 1/4-inch size plastic tube. And now the 7-year-old daughter is dead. I mean, what should we do with these people? You know, I sort of posed that question in the last one. I mean, you know, well, there's something I'm going to cover tell you what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this one, start the next one, and the other one I'm going to try and see how. Well, anyway, you'll understand what I'm sitting here babbling about and at a loss for words. But I'm going to stop this one now. I'm going to start another one. But when I start the other one, I'm also going to be talking about this one. And I don't know. I mean, what? I don't know. I think the other thing that should be that uh, here again, as you know, I'm not a lawyer or any of that stuff, know nothing about the law. But it seems like in some of these, it seems like a reasonable thing to do would be to go after these so-called ministers or pastors or whatever the hell they call themselves. If this is what they're preaching, don't they have some responsibility for this? In other words, they're the ones that cause some of these things. Now, obviously, I'm sure this preacher, this Pearl, whatever his name is, I'm sure he didn't say, oh, beat the child till the child is dead, but he surely said, beat the child with plastic tubing, give 10 licks at a time, more if the child resists. Peace, ladies and gentlemen.